Believe it or not, 3D television has been with us for over 2 decades. A small cadre of 3D enthusiasts, or nuts, figured out a few things about the American television system. The way the American television system works is the TV set scans the image from the top to the bottom. But instead of scanning the whole image in one pass from top to bottom, it scans all the even lines, and it goes back and scans all the odd lines, all the ones that it missed the first time. So somebody figured out that if you took the odd lines and made them all the right eye image, and all the even lines and made them all the left eye image, you could have 2 images on the screen at the same time for stereoscopic 3D. But the problem is you would see 2 images at the same time. So what they came up with was a way that you could, since one line appears in a different time frame from the other line, that when it's drawing the even line, you black out the eye of the image that you don't want to see, and you black out the eye of the other image. It would be like if you could blink your eyes real fast while you're watching TV, you wouldn't need glasses, but you can't blink that fast. So they came up with the shutter glass system, and you have a pair of shutter glasses. And these glasses go alternately opaque and clear, and they do it in a millisecond. This one will be opaque, and this one will be clear, and just in less than a millisecond, they will reverse, and this one will be clear, and this one will be opaque. And that's how you separate the 2 3D images. One of the advantages of this system is you don't need a special television set. As a matter of fact, any old analog tube-type television set will work. As a matter of fact, it has to be an old tube-type television set. LCDs, plasmas, all these wonderful things, they don't work. You have to have an old-fashioned American standard television set that's now obsolete. And you don't need a special equipment to play it. Any old DVD player will work. As a matter of fact, in the beginning, they used VHS tape with stereoscopic images in it. The only thing special that you need are a shutter glass control box and a pair of shutter glasses. And these are available online, very cheap and very plentiful. And there's a lot of variety. There's this kind that's nice and lightweight and comfortable. And then there's this one that's kind of heavy and clunky. And there's different size boxes. This is a box, uses a 9-volt battery. It's absolutely tiny. It only takes 2 pairs of glasses. And this kind takes glasses the same way. You plug the glasses in, or it's got an emitter, and you can use wireless glasses. This one is even more fancy, has a slightly greater range, and runs on AC instead of just a 9-volt battery. The setup is very simple. You take the output, the video output of the DVD player, and you plug it into this 3D shutter glass box. Then you take the output of the 3D shutter glass box and take the other end and plug it into the video input of the television set. You plug in the glasses and you're ready to go. If you have an SVHS output on your DVD player and an SVHS input into your television set, the quality is even better, and it's simple because you can run the SVHS into the television set and the regular video into the box, and if you're using wired glasses, that allows you to extend them into the room further. There's disadvantages to this system. One of them is it's standard def television. It's not high def. Secondly, the shutter glasses work at 60 cycles. Now the Samsung and the newer systems use 120 cycles. You don't see any flicker. At 60 cycles, there's flicker. Some people are incredibly annoyed by it and can't stand it. Most people get used to it after 30 seconds or a minute. Some people never even notice it. So here's some tips to make viewing more comfortable if you're bothered by the shuttering. Don't view it in a room where there's direct sunlight. Use only incandescent light. Have a low light level. Don't have anything brighter than the screen or as bright as the screen anywhere nearby. And if you can be green and use those fluorescent light bulbs in your house, they actually shutter themselves, and you don't notice it as much. You don't notice the contrast between this and the light bulb in the ceiling. 2 questions. Where do you get these shutter glass kits, and where do you get anything to play on the TV set? Well, the start for all of this is the internet. You can Google 3D movies, you can Google 3D shutter glasses, you can Google 3D DVDs, and they'll all turn up with a lot of product. Amazon.com, Ultimate 3D Heaven, both sell lots of 3D movies in the interlace format. They sell 3D movies in other formats, so you have to be careful. One of the 3D movies they sell is 2324, The Making of an Underground Rock Album, which I happen to make. But there are plenty of others. But when you buy the 3D DVD, make sure that it says either interlace, alternate field, or shutter glasses required, or something along those lines that lets you know that it's not red and green or red and blue or yellow and purple or one of those funny anaglyph things that don't work very well on TV at all. When you play the DVD, you will always get the menu up front, which is, in this case, this is a DVD that has both a 2D and a 3D version. So for this to play 3D interlace, you would move the arrow to that one and hit enter. And you will notice probably that it's flickering right and left, and that there's then 3D images. This is what the 3D images look like without the glasses. Drive you crazy, right? Put the glasses on, it's magic. It is 3D, and one of the things about 3D in the home is that everyone thinks about 3D, oh yeah, things popping out of the screen and like that. But in 3D in the home, you have depth into the tube. You're sitting very close to the screen in home, and you can see depth going back, through the wall or back to the TV set, whatever. And it's a very wonderful experience. So go out and get yourself a shutter glass kit and some 3D DVDs, and make use of these old clunker television sets that sit around collecting dust and you don't know what to do with. They're still valuable. They still work. They'll work for a long time. Enjoy them.